And so we have arrived on Tenno, and what I'm going to recommend you guys do first is probably you want to get Hydrant unlocked, because this is a good place to level up Warframes and stuff. Although generally speaking, I don't specifically level things. I much prefer going and doing fissures and this kind of thing. Either way, the highest recommendation is going to be to come along and make your way to Naki and then into Mero. You're going to see some stuff here, like it should show you here, look, that you're going to spend judgment points to come into these later ones. To get your first judgment point, you're going to come into this arena right here. We're going to have a quick look at it. Doesn't really need much of a tutorial. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. One recommendation I am going to give is to bring a farming frame that will give additional mod drops specifically. So anything that like increases the loot drops from enemies, such as Necros, gives you like a 50% increased loot drop. Mostly because these guys, the only thing that they can drop here is endo. It's not going to be like loads, but getting a few hundred endo per run is just going to be kind of nice for you as you are farming up Saryn, which is what this video is going to be named after. You can see for each run on the assassination, we need 25 judgment points. I don't think we can share these like you can with something like the Mesa keys. So you're going to need at least 75, probably even aim for 100, so you've got 4 runs in the bank, and then you can head on into Mero. So let's head on into Naki so we can have a quick look at what one of these arena matches looks like. So once we get in, you're going to see that we're going to have a modifier at the top. Hopefully you didn't get one that's too bad. I got less health, which is not ideal. And you'll see as you run around, we have these little points here. This is obviously a health orb. Now, because I'm Necros, I really would like to get some energy on the go. So I need to run around and find some of that. You can see that it pops up on the map, look. So we've got some over this way. So that I can get my desecration on. And then this is like an old-fashioned, like, Friends versus AI team deathmatch. Like, I feel like I'm thinking about Red Faction from back in the day. Alright, and we're just going to take the enemies down. Now, the way these spawns work is you get the number of enemies is worked out as number of players plus 1. So for us right now, it's going to be 2 enemies on the map at a time. If you can get a bigger squad for this, obviously I'm doing it solely for the sake of the video because I don't really want to have like too many people on here. The bigger squad you get for this, the more kills you're going to get, the faster you're going to get endo. With a squad of 4, you can easily get like 1,000 to 2,000 per run. This is actually technically the fastest possible way to get endo, but you do need a specific endo farming team that's intending to do that, as well as like kind of specific Warframes and stuff loaded out for it. So bear that in mind. There may be some people that are like, why don't you have one of the specific Warframes for this area? Although usually people go for the higher level ones because they do have a higher drop rate. So just bear that in mind. Either way, we're obviously going to skip forward a little bit. 25, let's call them frags. That's what we used to call them, right, back in the day. 25 frags, and that will be enough to finish the mission. Again, so as you can see, after 5 rounds, you get a little scoreboard. We can have a look at the stats. Obviously, I did all the damage because I was in there on my own. I would like to show... we got some endo. There we go. So 200 endo. I guess it wasn't really amazing, but like I say, the more players you get in on that, the better that's going to go. Next up then, we're going to go ahead and we are going to do an example of the assassination. So slip into something comfortable. You're going to want to have probably something that's pretty tough for this anyway. We've got a bit of like an arena fight to do in here as well. So I'm going to be going in solo with my Nova, which is continuing to grow as we go through the missions. Which is rather nice. Actually just need a little bit more endo and I can max out Null Star, or a 90% damage reduction now, which is brilliant. Either way, most of this is pretty simple until we get to the navigational point that we can see just ahead of us. So we're going to go ahead, make our way forward. Okay, so when you progress far enough into the area, let's go into some of this crap. You will come to this, okay? This is going to kind of show you what we're going to need to do in the actual arena when we fight the boss in a second. So we're going to stand on this. We're going to see this is turning around. Now, you probably didn't see it there, but basically, there will be one of the panels that is lit up as it's turning around, and that's what you're supposed to shoot. Now, of course, because we have a flamethrower, you can just kind of fire at it and it'll get all of them. And there will be one of those for each player, so all 4 players need to do that at the same time. If there's 4 of you, for example. Okay, so now we're in the boss battle. First phase, we're just going to go ahead and strip her down a little health. Actual fighting her isn't the issue. What is a bigger issue is now she's going to start wanting to drop missiles down on us. And they can be pretty painful. You've got a couple of options. You can either just run around in the arena and avoid them all. Let's get some. Here we go.
I was expecting, I don't know, more.
What we're looking for is getting this done in between the airstrikes. Let me just see if I can show it here. Right, the over to part parts coming. That's what we need to avoid. Ooh.
Where do you think you are? You dojo? This is Warframe.
Right, it's the last one. Let me just show if you can see one of these lit up. Yeah, there you go. So that's the one you're supposed to shoot at the top, look. I've just been blasting it with a flamethrower.
Where we left off.
Basically, it's going to be this 3 times, so realistically speaking, that is everything you need to know about getting the Saryn Warframe, which is very strong. I may do a build video for some stuff. I might do that when we get to the end of the system. I'm thinking in my head now. Like, when would be a good time? Hold on, you stay there. Oh, I let myself get a bit too beat up there, really, didn't I?
No, you will not. Where do you think you are? Your dojo? This is Warframe.
So another way to avoid damage, if you're taking a lot, is just use your operator mode. You can do this to avoid a load of it as well. We're gonna go ahead, break these again.
Come on, Tenno! You're like a corpus drone with a dead battery. You ain't getting no airtime. This is my show, my audience. I call the shots. Who do you think you are? I'm losing my patience, Tenno. No more play.
Oh, that's it.
No, no, no. Ah!
Okay, so with that done, it's going to be as simple as extracting.
Audience will show all premiere that there is another way.
And we should get our first piece of the Saryn Warframe.
Target down. Assassination contract complete. Great work.
Ah, got a brand new mod. Yes, hope that helps you out. It doesn't look like we get any rebate on the judgment points. That's a bit of a shame, ain't it? So yeah, repeat that as many times as you need to. Get yourself Saryn Warframe. Saryn is very strong. Particularly for like clearing large enemies, and I think it's a pretty big favourite for the arena. So hope that helps you out. Obviously, if you need the blueprint for Saryn, that's from the marketplace. Just in case you guys need to see that Saryn is in here. So just go ahead, you purchase the blueprint, and then get the parts. And that will be Saryn all built for you. Hope that helps you out, and I'll catch you all in the next video.